Greetings from Edu Aspirants, our YouTube channel to ace academics, competitions, entrance exams, as also for enrichment of knowledge. In the series of videos on India, let us see what we have for you in the 15th chapter, which is on corporate affairs. The Ministry of Corporate Affairs (MCA) administers the following acts of the central government: Companies Act 2013, Companies Act 1956, Limited Liability Partnership Act 2008, the Competition Act 2002, amended by Competition Amendment Act 2009, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016, the Chartered Accountants Act 1949, the Cost and Works Accounts Act 1959, the Company Secretaries Act 1980, Societies Registration Act 1860, and Indian Partnership Act 1932, which are in the centrally administered areas, and the company's donations to National Funds Act 1951. The ministry has a three-tier organizational structure with headquarters at New Delhi, 7 offices of regional directors at Ahmedabad, Chennai, Hyderabad, Kolkata, Mumbai, New Delhi, and Shillong, 15 registrars of companies, and 14 official liquidators. The MCA rolled out the first phase of Central Registration Centers (CRC) for processing name reservation of applicants and second phase of incorporation of company applicants both in 2016. The Government Process Re-Engineering (GPR) exercise is in pursuance of the Ministry's objective of providing greater ease of doing business to all stakeholders and has resulted in faster processing of incorporation related applications, uniformity in application of rules, and eradicating discretion. Ease of doing business. The Ministry has prescribed a simplified pro forma for incorporating companies (SPICE), along with EMOA (Electronic Memorandum of Association) and EAOA (Electronic Articles of Association), which eliminates the requirement of physically signing the Memorandum of Association and Articles of Association by the applicant and helps entrepreneurs to start business in India without hassles. Key features of the Companies Act 2013. A. Business-friendly corporate regulations / pro-business initiatives. Provision of self-regulation with disclosures / transparency instead of government approval-based regime. Automation of corporate records / meetings, statutory recognition to 1. Maintenance of documents by companies in electronic form, 2. Video conferencing as a mode of conducting board meetings, etc. 3. Faster mergers and acquisitions, short form of mergers and cross-border mergers. 4. Summary liquidation for companies having net assets of rupees 1 crore or less. Official liquidators (OLS) are empowered with adjudicatory powers. National Company Law Tribunal (NCLT) has been constituted dated 1st June 2016. Concept of dormant companies introduced, that is, companies not engaged in business for 2 years can be declared dormant. Concept of one-person company introduced. Let us see what more we have on these features. Good corporate governance and corporate social responsibility (CSR). 1. Concept of independent directors. 2. Provision for constitution of several committees of the board that is Audit Committee, Nomination and Remuneration Committee, Stakeholders Relationship Committee and CSR Committee. 3. Woman Director for prescribed class of companies. 4. Mandatory provision for constitution of CSR Committee and formulation of CSR policy with mandatory disclosure for prescribed class of companies. Enhancing accountability of management. The term officer in default has been reviewed and made more relevant. Terms key managerial personnel KMP and promoter defined to affix responsibility on key functionaries of the company. Duties of directors defined including to shareholders, employees, the community and environment. Cap on number of directorships. Strengthened enforcement. The central government to have powers to order investigation suo moto in public interest. Statutory recognition of Serious Fraud Investigation Office SFIO. Special courts have been constituted effective May 18, 2016. Audit accountability. Recognition of accounting and auditing standards, stricter disqualification norms for auditors provisioned. Investor protection, stringent norms for acceptance of deposits from the public, strengthened the role of Investor Education and Protection Fund IEPF, no time bar on claims of dividends from IEPF. Class auction suits recognized, enhanced powers to Tribunal for Protection of Minority Rights. Companies Amendment Act 2015 facilitates business and addresses certain immediate concerns raised by stakeholders. These amendments, along with the relevant rules, have been notified and they provide exemptions under various provisions of the Act to 1. Private companies, 2. Government companies, 3. Section 8 companies, and 4. Nidhis. Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016. Ministry of Corporate Affairs is entrusted with the responsibility to administer the code. The code has been framed with the objective to consolidate and amend laws relating to reorganization and insolvency resolution of corporate persons, partnership firms, and individuals in a time-bound manner. Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India IBBI has the mandate for regulation of insolvency professionals, insolvency professional agencies, and information utilities besides exercising other powers and functions as envisaged under the Code. Special courts. The Ministry of Corporate Affairs has constituted special courts by designating 20 existing session courts / additional sessions courts as special courts. These courts are in Maharashtra, Goa, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, West Bengal, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, Punjab, Haryana, Meghalaya, Manipur, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Coimbatore, and Union Territories of J&K, Puducherry, Chandigarh, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Dadar and Nagar Haveli, Daman and Diu, and NCT of Delhi. The Board of Industrial and Financial Reconstruction BIFR and Appellate Authority for Industrial and Financial Reconstruction have been dissolved, and benches of NCLT have been designated to exercise the jurisdiction, powers and authority of adjudicating authority conferred by / under Part 2 of the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016. The Competition Appellate Tribunal under the provisions of Competition Act was dissolved in 2017 and merged with NCLAT. The appeal against the orders of Competition Commission of India is now with NCLAT. Corporate social responsibility (CSR) for companies has been mandated through legislation through Section 135 of the Companies Act 2013. On recommendation of the High-Level Committee on CSR, Ministry of Corporate Affairs has instituted annual CSR awards. Limited liability partnerships in India, about 95% of industrial units are micro, small and medium enterprises (MSMEs). As per the survey conducted by MSME, over 90% of these are registered as proprietorships, about 2% to 3% as partnerships, and less than 2% as companies. The corporate form does not appear to be widely prevalent amongst MSMEs. Analysis of the data collected by the Ministry of MSME suggests that high compliance cost under the Companies Act 1956 deterred the MSMEs for adopting the corporate form. The functioning of a proprietorship or a partnership firm is too opaque, making assessment of credit worthiness by bankers difficult, and therefore the MSME sector is at a comparatively disadvantage vis-à-vis corporate bodies in accessing loan/credit facilities from banks and other financial institutions. In this context, the Limited Liability Partnership Act was enacted in 2008, which came into force from 2009. LLP is a form of business entity which allows individual partners to be protected from the joint and several liabilities of partners in a partnership firm. The liability of partners incurred in the normal course of business does not extend to the personal assets of the partners. LLP is capable of entering into contracts and holding property in its own name. The ministry operated an end-to-end e-governance project called MCA21 for end-to-end service delivery comprising company and limited liability partnership LLP, registration, incorporation, registry and other compliance related services. The project was started on build, own, operate and transfer (BOOT) model with the vision to introduce a service-oriented approach in the design and delivery of government services. The Companies Act provides for establishment of Investor Education and Protection Fund (IEPF) for promoting investor awareness and protecting their interests. The amount of dividend, matured deposits, matured debentures, application money, etc., which remained unpaid or unclaimed for a period of 7 years from the date they first become due for payment are transferred to IEPF. Such refunds are to be made by the Investor Education and Protection Fund Authority. Investor awareness programs (IAPs) are organized in association with 3 professional institutes, which are Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, Institute of Company Secretaries of India and Institute of Cost Accounts of India. The Ministry of Corporate Affairs is the cadre controlling authority of the Indian Corporate Law Service (ICLS). Serious Fraud Investigation Office (SFIO), the Companies Act 2013 has accorded statutory status to SFIO and its functions and powers have been enhanced substantially with number of enabling provisions in the Act since it was established. The main function of SFIO is to investigate corporate frauds of serious and complex nature. The ministry set up the Indian Institute of Corporate Affairs (IICA), a society registered under Societies Registration Act 1860 to serve as a holistic think tank and a capacity building service delivery institution to help corporate growth reforms through synergized knowledge management, partnerships, and problem solving in a one-stop shop mode. The Competition Commission of India (CCI) was established in 2003 with the objective of eliminating practices having an adverse effect on competition, promoting and sustaining competition, protecting the interest of consumers, and ensuring freedom of trade in India. This brings us to the end of the video on India chapter 15 on corporate affairs. Please keep revising. You will have questions in your forthcoming exams from this video too. We'll have the next video soon. Please subscribe, like, share, and do press the bell icon for updates.